Why not? All right, are you guys ready? Everyone almost has all their seats. We almost there. Awesome. I am so ready for this. We're missing a few artists, so we're just giving them a few minutes to get here. You guys got seats? Perfect. How's it going? Yeah.
Okay.
You're good. What's the last name? I'll check you in.
Miller or Nemro?
One of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look you up. I'm looking you up. My thing is like, is it under Jennifer?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. You're totally good. I just want to check you in, make sure you're good. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Who's coming? Who are we missing here, ladies? Okay. Is she close? Yeah. I want to give her a minute if she needs it. Okay. All right. I think we're going to get started. You guys ready to get going? Yes. Uh-huh. This right here. Mila knows, huh? You guys know what we're painting today, right? No? You guys don't know? Oh, Stranger Things. Who's seen it? Okay, only if you haven't. I just want to make sure, just curious. So your paint, for those of you that haven't seen it, it's just really cool, right? And someday you'll see it and you'll have the painting, right? Yeah. Okay, one of my favorite shows. You guys ready for the next season? Me too. I'm so ready. They left us really hanging, right? I really want to finish it. So today it looks complicated. Does it look a little scary? No? You guys aren't worried? You got this, right? Yeah, because you know Miss Sarah, that's me. I'm going to be walking you through the whole thing. Can you see my fingers? Yeah, you have a good seat in the house. You can see everything. So you're going to be watching me on these screens, and I'm going to show you how to complete this so you can take it home tonight. Sound good? Yeah? You guys have a couple brushes? A lot of brushes actually today. You know why you have a lot of brushes? Why? Details? True. True. We're doing clouds. So clouds needs a special brush. It's called a filbert. We call it Mr. Phil. You guys have that one? It's really long. Yeah? This is filbert. He's the best for clouds. So we're going to set it down until we do clouds, but now you know. All right? Then you have a flat brush, a large flat brush, but you can't find it. Yeah? Can you tell the difference between the large and the small? Yeah, you're close. You're close. They're both white. I'll give you a hint. There you go. Okay? So you have a large flat and you've got a small flat, right? We'll be switching back and forth with these babies tonight. So if you hear Miss Sarah say, grab your small flat, you're going to know it's not this one, huh? Okay? And then you've got one more. It's a detail. Hello? It's a detail. Yeah, okay? This is for little things. We're only using it for little things. We're not going to paint our clouds with this, okay? Yeah, we're not going to do it. You guys have 2 jars? Okay, do you remember what they're for? You do. Yeah? One's for rinsing, so choose which one's going to get real dirty. The other one is to double check, okay? So if we move from a dark to a light color and you need it really clean, that second jar comes in real handy, right? Yeah? Okay, have you guys heard about our 60% rule around here? No? For all our newbies in the house, okay? We have a 60% rule. That means you like it 60%, you move on. Because you're not going to love it till the end, okay? So about halfway through, you're going to go, oh, it's not looking good. And you're going to start to panic. Don't worry. Just let it go. If you like it just a little bit, we're going to say 60%. You're going to move on, right? And all of our paintings, good to see you, all of our paintings are going to look a little bit different, right? It's not, yours will not look like mine. And it will not look like your neighbor's. It's not supposed to, okay? You guys ready to have some fun? Yeah? I have a helper on the floor tonight, Miss Autumn. Hi, Miss Autumn. She's going to be circling the floor. If you need anything, don't be shy. You can raise your hand. You can say, help, or just Miss Autumn, and she'll come. Okay? She's awesome. All right, I'm live, so I'm going to say hello to my friends, and hopefully we all have a good time together, right? Let's get started. We're going to warm up. Grab your big flat. You remember which one that is? Big flat. There you go. Yep. I'm going to get closer to the canvas here on the screen. And we're going to take our large flat, put it in some water, and shake it out. Because acrylic paint needs water. Did you guys know that? Yes, you did. Unless you're new, huh? So let's just tap off the water a little bit, okay? Yeah. All right, we're going to warm up with our background. So we're going to start from our horizon line. You see this line right here? It's called a horizon line, okay? We're going to start from here all the way up, okay? And we're going to put some color in first. Grab your large flat. Here we are. We're going to add a little bit of white to our yellow, okay? So let's pick up some white and mix it with some yellow. Not too hard, right? We can do this. We can handle that much. Okay? Now you've got a big canvas, guys. You have a big canvas. And you also have your background traced in. I don't, right? You can paint right over that background or you can carefully go around it. That's up to you. We left it up to you, okay? So you're going to take this brush now and start at one side of your canvas, and we're going to brush straight across that horizon line. Just like that. Do you see how I did a long stroke? We want to try and do a long stroke. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to go back again. And I'm going to brush just past the top of my sign right there. You see the top of my sign? I'm going right above it. Nothing too hard here, right? We're just getting the color in there. Okay? We also love to wrap our canvas. If you want to, you can reach around and paint the side of your canvas too. In the end, mine is all black. See that? It's real dark around the side of my canvas. But if you want to change it, go for it. What's up? Oh, do you want to check it, Autumn? It's weird that some do and some don't. I don't know why it does this, but Miss Autumn's got you. Okay? So I'm going to go, yep, just right above the sign. There you go. So sorry. I don't know why it does this. Some of them don't even do it at all. Okay. So we're just going to go pretty quick because we're going to blend and fade our colors together. Okay, so I'm not even going to rinse my brush. I went about this far up, and now I'm just going to grab some orange on a corner. Okay, and yellow on the other corner. So it looks like this. I've got orange on one side and yellow on the other. See that? And I'm facing the orange up. Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth and see what happens. I get orange on top and yellow on the bottom. Okay. Come down in my yellow a little bit so it fades, and then go back up. Go back down in your yellow. Don't be afraid to go down, and come back up, and back up. Yes. Yes. So here's how we're going to blend it. So once you do the yellow, don't rinse your brush, okay? Keep that yellow on there. If you need more, put some more yellow on the corner and then orange on the other corner. Okay? So they'll fade together. Then face that orange up and brush side to side. It's really important that you do long strokes. That's how you help your sky fade. Okay? I didn't add any white. Yep. No white. Just the yellow and orange. Yep. This is the base. If you look at my painting, you can't see a lot of it anymore, huh? Okay. This is our warm-up, and we're going to build on this. So don't worry too much about having it perfect. Most of it will be hidden, but it's going to be there to add a lot of light to our painting. Okay. Let's keep brushing. I want my orange to go a little bit higher. Right? I'm going to go, let's see, about halfway up that head. Halfway up, right? Okay. If you want to add white, you can. I didn't because it's going to be covered, so I'm not too worried about it. I just want to give us something to build off of. Okay. So once I'm about halfway up the head there, I'm going to switch and do red on the top of my brush and orange on the bottom. See that? So we're going to fade into red now. Okay. So now we want to keep that orange on our brush and put half of the orange on one side and red on the other. Just like that. I'm going to face that red up. And now I'm going to fade the red into my orange. Back and forth, coming down into my orange and going back up. Okay. I'm going to go over the head a little bit, but you don't want to lose that outline, right? So I just want to make sure I don't go over it too much so I don't lose it. You should be able to see it right through your paint, but just in case, I like to not paint all the way over, just so I can see it. All right. Okay, so when you're doing this, remember, half orange on one side of your brush, flip your brush, put red on the other side. So you have red on top and orange on the bottom of your brush. I'm just going to brush that in. You don't want any white pockets showing, right? We've got to fill in those pockets. Make sure we fill them all in. Okay. Love it. We have something to build off of now, huh? Something to build off of. Let's let that dry for a minute. How we doing, ladies? Over here, are we good? Did Autumn help you? Are they good with the canvas? Okay. Everyone good? These look great. Awesome job. Now you can have it smooth like me, or you can add texture. It doesn't matter, honestly, because you're going to have all those swirling clouds going around. The idea is just to have that light to dark look that we can build on. Okay. Awesome. Go ahead and paint the top and the sides if you want to. Good work. It's a lot of canvas to fill, huh? It's a big canvas. It's looking awesome. Wow, good fading. How we doing, girls? Good. Perfect. That's so weird. Did yours do it too? Yeah, it's only like these two. Because these didn't do it.
But it's these two that did.
I've got to figure that out. Because it's only these two, huh? Huh. Looks awesome. Hers didn't do it. Looking good, guys. Good fading. Awesome, buddy. Looks so good. Like it. It's a lot of canvas to fill, huh? You're doing awesome. Try and do long strokes. Looks good. Awesome. Awesome blending. Good job. Okay. You're like juggling everything. Super mom. Wow, good work, guys. Looks awesome. So pretty. It's going to be hard to cover it up. Huh? I think you could blend it more. I think you could. Like if you're doing, maybe do a little more yellow on there. Maybe. Let's try it. I'd maybe do a little white. Let's try this. Because I think what we need to do is just rinse your brush. What, hun? I think so. I think you could, if you want to, if you want more yellow in it, rinse your brush so it's clean. Because when you go back to the yellow, you don't want too much orange, right? Okay, and what we'll do is we'll just start down here and we'll go up and then go back down and then back up. See that? So it fades the line just a little. See that? So just put a little more yellow on it and rinse it, okay? That's perfect. Yeah, it looks good. We can overblend too. If we keep going, we could blend it too much and then we lose the different tones. There we go. Good work. Try and do those long strokes. That's what helps with that fading. And then we're going to rinse our brush and just switch brushes for a minute. Let the sky dry. We want to give it just a minute and we'll come back to it. Looks good. Okay. Make sure. Awesome. All right. We're going to grab our small flat. Okay, so we're switching. Get that small flat, right? You got it? Okay, let's make some green. So we're going to put in the green here next to our road. And you get to make your own. So it's going to be a different shade from mine, most likely. We all see green a little different. Do you know that? So it might be a different shade from mine, okay? You can make it dark. You can make it limey or really light. Totally up to you. But what I'm going to do is take some of my white, just pick it up here and put it close to my yellow. Okay? And then we're going to take some yellow and mix it with our white. Just like that. And I'm going to get this buttery looking yellow. See that? It's kind of buttery looking, huh? Yeah. Then I'm going to add some of my phthalo green to that. Okay. Now when I add the phthalo green, you're going to see that it looks turquoise, right? Looks like turquoise right now. And I want it to be a lot darker. So I'm going to pick up some more green, add it to that pile, and it quickly changes the shade. Okay. And then you can kind of decide if you want it even darker. The more green you add, the darker it's going to be. The more yellow you add, the more limey it's going to be. So you kind of have to play with it and decide what color you want it. I like mine to be a little more limey. So I'm going to keep adding some more yellow to that. Okay. Just to see. Right? And I think that's a good color to start with. So as soon as you find a color that you feel like good enough to start with, let's go ahead and just carefully go along our horizon line there. Just going to follow it and try to paint around our image here as carefully as we can, okay? Don't worry about the tiny spots. We're going to switch brushes for that. We're just getting the bigger ones right now. Okay, and remember, this is just layer number 1, right? So don't worry too much. We just want to make sure we get around our image very carefully. We're going to go all the way around. And again, I'm not going to do the tiny things. I'm going to do that with a different brush. Let's just do our big sections. Big sections right now. Okay. The more yellow you add, the limier it's going to be, right? So keep adding yellow if you want it to be a little bit brighter. I'm going to go all the way down to the edge of my road right there. Paint right along it. And then you can wrap your canvas. Go around the edge. All right. All the way to that sign, but I'm trying not to paint inside my sign. If you do though, not a big deal. We're going to paint it later, so you can bring it back. There you go. Go right along that road. There we go. Do you remember what the toe of your brush is? So the toe of your brush is this pointy spot right here, this tippy point of your brush. So when you're painting in tiny little areas, turn your brush and use that toe. Use that tiny little spot on your brush. It really helps to get into those smaller little areas, okay? There we go. Reach around and paint the sides. before we switch brushes. There we go. I added a little more yellow to my green. I wanted it just a little more limey. Just want to make sure we have that green filled in and no white pockets showing up on your canvas. Okay, yeah, fill it all in. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to my detail brush. Do you remember which one is your detail? That little tiny one. Okay. So grab your detail brush and then you're going to paint carefully around the hat because it's so small against the horizon line, right? So I'm going to switch to my little tiny detail here and paint around my hat. There we go. And anywhere else that might have been hard for you to reach. I've got the road right here. So I'm just going to go around the shoulder. The road should be able to reach the rest of that, so I'm not going to do any more. Just depends on what you need to fill in, what your brush couldn't reach. Okay. What's up? You can hand them the paint. Did you put it out already? Okay, yeah, you can hand it to them if they want it. This one? Oh. Do they want to start? Does she want to start? Oh. Let's see. Can we use the paint? Or do you think we can't? Is it already out? Okay. Yeah, why don't you hand her the paint and let her know? Maybe get the plate so you can cover the paint with that. And then tell her she can cover them when she gets home with the plate. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. Did we get all the little spots done? Not quite yet. Let's see how we're doing. Looking pretty good. Awesome job. I know, lots of little things, huh? Oh, that's okay. We'll go over it. I would just, let's see if you can see the line. So there's the line. Let's see, where's the line on this side? Right there. See it? Whoop. Is it? Hold on. Oh, yeah, you're right. Where did you paint over? Just right there? Yeah. Okay, no, you're good. Our road will cover that. Yeah, so let's just do that. Wipe it off. Okay, just paint to that line. You're right. And leave it, okay? Yeah. Let's see. Okay, looks awesome. Beautiful. It's okay. We're going to paint over that in just a minute, so don't even worry. Don't even worry about it. How's it going? Good work. Make sure with the green, though, that you do paint the sides on the green part, because it will show. Okay? It's not going to be black. So go ahead and reach around. You'll see here. You'll want to reach around and paint the sides. See that? Yeah, because it will show on this. Okay? Yeah. The bottom, I put the road on the bottom. Okay? So we're going to do the road here in just a minute. But go ahead and make sure you wrap it real quick. And then we get to mix our color for our road. And it'll be the same thing with the road. All of us are going to have different shades. Okay? Yeah. You guys ready? I think we're pretty close. Nice. Yep, use your detail brush. Get around that image. Okay, so our road, we're going to be mixing a couple colors, but we're actually using blue for our road, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of blue here and mix it with some white to start with. Not a whole pile of white, just a little bit, because we don't need a ton. Our road won't take up too much. But I start with a light blue. See that? And you can leave it light blue if you like a light blue road. But I'm going to add a touch of black to it. Okay? So I'm going to pick up a little bit of black over here and mix it a little bit at a time until I get the color I want. So see how it makes it a little bit of a smoky blue? Okay? And I'm going to add even a little more till I get that shade of blue I want. It looks pretty gray, but it's a bluish gray. Yeah. There we go. Now I'm starting to get it. I like that. Yeah, but start with that light blue and then you can build off of it, okay? There we go. Now that I have that, I'm going to start painting in my road. And we'll do the same thing. Start at the horizon line. And I'm not going to paint the little stuff with my big brush. I'm going to use a small detail brush for the little stuff. We're just filling in the big stuff with this brush. Okay. There we go. Do these corners where it comes right off the page or the canvas. Try and give ourselves a nice straight line, but you know what? You have some brush coming up here on the edge, so don't worry too much about that. Doesn't need to be perfect. Layer number 1. Okay. There we go. We're going to paint this little section. But see, that's all I'm going to do before I switch to my detail brush. Okay. Once I do that, I'll switch to my detail brush here to paint all this little stuff because the road is popping through there, right? We can see it through that arm. So I want to use a smaller brush to fill that in. There we go. Get between the wheels here. Little bit showing here. We want to be careful so we don't lose our image here. Takes a little bit of slowing down. Fill it in. Right here between the wheel and the handlebars. So you can get it all the way around. If you're not sure what to paint, just look up at the screen. It'll help you break it down a little bit. Add a little bit of water to your brush if it's not flowing very well, okay? We forget sometimes acrylic paint needs water, so if it's just not flowing for us, but you don't want it too thin to where you're doing a watercolor. Fill all that in. Do in between the wheels, all the way across. If you accidentally paint inside those wheels, it's okay. You can come back later. We'll paint them back in. But this little part with the road is not too important. It's not going to show too much. We just want to make sure the color's in there. Okay. Takes a little time, huh? Filling all those little spaces in. And then go ahead and wrap the bottom of your canvas. So you might have to turn it sideways so you can paint the bottom part. Easy to forget it when it's sitting on an easel. There we go. Nice. We have lots of different colors happening. Different shades. We got one of the trickiest parts done once you get this road on there. Hard to believe, huh? But it takes a lot of focus. Looks good. Oh, I like that blue. I actually originally painted it blue. Did you know that? I went back and made it darker. I like it. Looks good. I like that. Awesome. How we doing here, guys? You lost it? How'd you lose it? Oh, don't try and make it up. We can put it back on. Let's see. Where are you at? Let me look. Okay. Yep, yep. Hold on. Hold on. This is the background right here. Right? This is his arm coming down there. Handlebar. So your bar goes like this. Whoosh. Do you want me to put a pencil? Yeah. There you go. Up the arm. Yep. And actually all the way down next to that. See that? Uh-huh. Well done. Look at your lines. Okay, and then you're going to paint, so your line is going to come like this for that handlebar. For the sidebar, it's this right here. Right here. See that? Yep. You can even make it smaller than that because you have the line right here. See it barely? So it's that close. There it is. Yep. Yeah. And then you have your wheel. Woo, good job. Yep. So you're going to fill this in and the wheel comes out. See the line right here? The wheel comes out right here. Can you see that? Kind of. You'll fill that in. Yep. And the tire is just right out here. That makes sense, maybe? Yep. Yep. It's like that. Nice. Well, fill it in, and then you can adjust it a little bit, you know, to shape it out once you see it. All right, you guys. Are we ready? No, yes. No, yes. Definitely not ready. Are you guys cold over here? You okay? All right, you let me know, okay? I turned the air down. It was hot. All right, cool. Nice work. Beautiful. All right. Now, well, while you're at it, while you have this color happening, okay, you can go ahead and paint your Hawkins sign, the first layer, okay? Now, you're probably going to change it, but right now I'm going to paint it. I'm going to add a little more black to my road color. A little more black to it because I want it to be more gray, right? So if you have a blue road and you want a blue sign, you can do that. Or you can add a little bit of black to your blue. So if I have blue right here, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of black like this and mix it in that pile. So just add a little black to it, and it's going to change it to a gray color for your sign. Or you can have it blue just like the road, right? You can decide on that. There we go. We're just going to fill it in. Nothing too complicated. It's just half a square or rectangle. And you'll paint around the side too while you're at it. Okay. Awesome. And I'm using my flat brush so I can really lay down that paint nice and smooth and brush it out. Just like that. I just added black to my road color. Yep, to make it like a light gray. But if you want to do it the same color as your road, you could. Yeah, perfect. It's kind of the road sign gray color. It's kind of like a light bluish gray. Or you could do it blue. Yeah, either one's awesome. Both work. You guys ready to start painting that monster? That monstrous head up there? Just waiting to be painted? Mila's ready. You got everything else in, girl? We're going to let it dry for a second below, and we're going to move up to the top, okay? Awesome, guys. These look so good. Love them. Okay, let's use that small flat again, okay? So rinse it out. I think we're ready. Well, hold on. Let me think here. To paint the head, I use the large flat. Okay, so I'm going to give you the choice. I like to use the large flat because when I brush down to the point of the head, I like to turn my brush and use the toe. So I paint like this. Let's see if I can do it so you can see. So I come down like this. See that? And it comes to a point for me. Okay? So I like to use my large flat for this, but a small flat works too. If it's a little easier for you to do it kind of like this, to where you wrap your brush around that corner and go back up like that, if that's easier, use a small flat. Okay, I'm going to give you the option. You decide what's easier for you. But I'm going to use the large flat because it's my preferred brush, but every artist is a little different, huh? So you kind of have to decide for yourself what works for you. Okay? Now for this head, we're actually going to mix a little bit of black and red together. We want a dark red to start with. So I'm going to take some of my red here and add a little touch of black to it, just a touch at a time. See that color I'm getting? It'll turn dark real fast, okay? And that's okay if it's pretty dark, but you want to have something to work with. So let's start with just a little bit of black at a time. Okay, so add just a little bit of black to your red so you get this really dark smoky red. And this is going to be what we start with. Okay. That color? You guys pretty close? It can be darker if you want. I just like to start with it not too black. Okay. Now we're just going to fill in this head to start with. So let's start at the top. We're going to start brushing down. Okay. And we just want to fill in the head. Give us something to work with. It's okay. We're going to put some more red in it later. This is our base color. Okay? Yeah, that's our base color. So we can see our monster's head here. Huh? Almost shaped kind of like a teardrop, huh? Yeah. Okay, and then we got to put some legs on this thing. And you get to do that all by yourself. Aren't you excited? Don't you love freehand? Mm-hmm. Yep. And you guys know kind of what he looks like, right? If you're Stranger Things fans, you have some kind of idea. So we're going to start kind of just putting these spider legs out, okay? And we're starting from the head just below. See where it starts to turn right here? Okay, at an angle. I'm going to start right below that, right here. So I'm going to show you my starting point. I'm starting right there with my first leg going up. Same on the other side. I'm going to start here. Okay, so these are going to be my first legs coming up, or arms, and they're going to come up towards the corner of my canvas. You could do it straight up, or you can kind of do something like this, where I go up and kind of tilt them a little bit and let it fade out. See that? I'm going to come up in almost a triangle shape and let it fade out so it looks like it's going out to the sky, or you can let it go all the way to the corner because we're going to bring our clouds in and it doesn't matter. Okay? It's not going to show anyway. You do it. So we're just going to bring them out. Almost, you see how it looks kind of like I am starting a triangle, huh? I'm going to do the same on the other side. So this one's going to come up. Same thing. There we go. Already looking creepy, right? Already. Nice. Now we got to do a couple more. Okay. Now, I wanted to show a little bit of his body coming down, just slightly, okay? So I'm going to start right here, and I'm brushing down just a little bit. See that? Next to his head. Okay? I'm not going to come down too far. I'm just going to brush it down a little bit right here. It looks kind of like you're just giving him a stick figure body, huh? So see how I brushed down? It's a little bit of a square right here, coming down from the point of his head. I'm going to do it a little darker here so you can see it. Okay. Now there's no wrong or right way to do this because he's fading into the sky. You're not going to see him really well. You're mostly just going to see this head. Everything else kind of will disappear behind clouds, okay? But if you want to give him a little bit of a body right there, just kind of brush it down. You can make it big, you can make it small. You don't have to put it on there at all, okay? Totally optional. And then we're going to give him some more legs down here. Here we go. Same thing. These just kind of come right off the canvas. Same thing. Creepy, creepy, right? Coming up. You're just copying what you did above, just below. Okay, just like that. And then we want to just make sure we have all that in before we do our clouds. Give them a good layer. You can see I'm not worried too much about having these legs just right. You can make them big or small. Just give him that like claw-like shape. Looks creepy to me. I think you did it perfectly. Yeah? As long as you can see the head, most important thing. Nice, guys. These look great. Mm-hmm. These are awesome. I'm impressed. Good work. All right, let's rinse our brush out. Good job. Are you ready? Make sure everyone's about there. I think we are. Cool, cool. Nice. Oh, fun. Good work. Good work. Hey, looks good. Just make sure you don't lose the head, and if you do, Miss Autumn can help you find it because it's the most important. You want it to be like a teardrop shape. Yeah, so Miss Autumn will help you find it, okay? Let it dry and she'll chalk it in for you. The body thing. Oh, you did it. That's perfect. Yeah, so it's just so you kind of see there's a little bit of a shadow right here, and that's it. So you did it. It's coming down right here, and it kind of fades. This side you'll have a little bit showing, okay? Just about down to there, and it fades out, and clouds will be coming up here. So you just want this nose to be center of attention. This is just kind of a shadow. Does that make sense? Can you kind of see it now? So it looks kind of square. So you just have this. I thought he was this shape. Oh, sorry. He is this shape. His head. Do you see his head? Okay. Just want it to lightly almost shadow. Yep. Perfect. Just like that. And the clouds are going to come up and break down right here to kind of cover it up. Yeah. Huh. Well, honestly, the legs you're going to be bringing, we're going to dry brush red. This is just the background. Yeah, the red's going to go over it and help it fade into the sky. So we'll do that in a minute. It'll start to come, I promise. You'll start seeing it. This is one of those that's like build and build. What's up? Uh-huh. The legs. Okay. So you're just going to let your brush fade out. So you're going to start here, okay? And it's a triangle shape. And then as you come here, you just let your brush go. So it fades into your sky. So you want to start here. Try brushing this way and let it fade. Yep, there you go. Just kind of, you can do it all the way to the edge because you have clouds coming in. Or you can just kind of let your brush fade out. Okay? So you're going to do triangle shapes on each side, top and bottom. Does that help? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we're going to let him dry a sec, and we'll come back, okay? Let's let him dry just a minute. And let's go do those white lines on our road and the yellow. Okay? I'm going to show you 2 ways to do the lines on the road. You can either float them with me, or you can use a line brush. So here is how I do my lines. If I take my flat brush and it's clean, I'm going to put a little bit of white on the corner like this. Okay? And then I'm going to face that white towards the outside edge of my road and pull straight down. And that gives me that fade. Or you can just take your detail brush and put some white on it like that and follow that edge. This is how I do it too. I'll follow that edge and then take my finger and pull, and that gives it a fade too. So you have 2 options with that one, whichever one's easier for you. Use a detail brush or just float it with your flat brush. Either way works. We just want to give ourselves those white lines on each side. Unless you want less of a fade and you just want to do a straight line, you can with your detail brush. That works too. All right. Girl, I'm telling you, it's a build. You gotta trust me. It's one of those paintings that's like hard. So I give the 60% pep talk before we started. Because you can't see it till the end. But I promise it comes. Okay, and then our center line, right? It's going to get smaller as it gets further away from us. So you can do the same thing as you did with your white line. You can float it with a flat brush. Just put some yellow on the corner. Or you can use the detail brush again. But I'm going to start right, let's see where the center is. Center's right in the middle of that wheel. Okay? And I'm going to pull straight up. Whoop. I need more paint on mine. But you can see how it kind of, you can see through it on the road, right? It's not super obvious. Kind of did that on purpose. Okay. And it's just going to fade on you. Add one more layer if you need to, if it's not showing enough for you. I don't know how dark yours is. Or you can add some white to your yellow too. That works. But I let it just fade out as I come up. Okay. Just yellow. We're doing yellow. The yellow line up the road. So you can see through. You can see the image underneath your yellow. So I'm not too worried about painting over my image. This part, because I can see through it. Okay. Well, we're just going to put that yellow on there. Let it fade. Cool, cool. There it is. Use your detail brush if you want to, if it's easier. Just put a line on there with your detail brush. And then do the same thing. You'll just pull with your finger if you need to. I didn't do it too dark. Ooh, we get to start clouds, guys. As soon as you get that yellow line, perfect. Yep, as soon as you get that yellow line up the middle, we're going to start our clouds. Good work. You need what, honey? Yes. What about it? Are you asking me? Oh. What are you asking me? Okay, so it starts right here in the middle of that wheel, and you're going to pull straight up, okay? But your paint's just a little wet, so give it a minute to dry before you do that. Uh-huh. Yeah, so you start at the bottom and pull up. And let it fade out, because it gets further away from you, right? Okay. Yeah, start at the bottom, right here in the middle of that wheel. Okay. I didn't, but you can add some white to it. Just depends on your road. If your road is really dark and it needs to pop more, add white to it. Yeah, so if your road's darker, you might need to add a little white to your yellow. Totally depends. When you're done with that, though, let's rinse your brush and grab your fill. Mr. Fill, we get to do some clouds. And everyone needs red. So how's everyone on their red? Everybody needs some red? How we doing? Close? Yeah. Yeah, make sure you have red, okay? Okay, if you need red, come on up here with your plate, okay, and give yourself a pump of red. Probably just need one pump. Huh? Oh, honey, you have lots of red. You're good. Yeah, you got plenty right there. See that? Just put red right here because you'll need black in it. Oh, yeah. How'd that happen, dude? Oh, oops. Yeah, go grab that. We'll save this, though, because you can use the white. Oh, sorry. Yeah, grab one. They're over there. You see those over there on the wall, Mila? Do you see them over there? Yeah, grab it. Did I set my plate down? I did. Yeah, you should be good, but if you need more, go get another pump, okay? Yeah, just give yourself a pump. You'll just need one, most likely, but if you think you need two, give yourself two. Miss Autumn, you want to just help them over there? Yeah. Double check. If you need it, go get it. And if your plate is just sopping wet, feel free to grab another one, okay? All right. Okay, we're going to start these clouds with red. And remember, the idea of these clouds is they're swirling, right? So we're going to kind of try and make them look like they're swirling around our image. So to do that, we want to take our red first and then our black. So while he's drying up here, we're going to take our Mr. Phil, okay? Mr. Philbert. Yeah, he needs to be drying right now. Oh, no. Put a little water on it. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Make sure you put some water on, Mr. Phil, okay? Yeah. We're not dry brushing yet. Good question. So let's put some red on there. This doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You know why? I'm not going to show a whole lot, okay? The only thing I'm going to suggest is if you don't want to lose the yellow on the bottom, just be real careful, okay? If you do too much red, your yellow will disappear. So we kind of want to keep that yellow showing. You know why? It gives our painting some dimension, makes it look like our clouds are going further back. Do you see that? Okay, that brightness really helps with our dimension. So I don't want to lose it completely. So let's start at the top to warm up. So let's grab our brush, start up top. And when you're doing clouds, you just want to dab, okay? So I'm going to dab. Let's see, you can't see, so I'm going to put some dark on mine. Don't you do that. You keep it red. Okay, so if I were to dab, this is how I'm dabbing my clouds, okay? Keep that. Now you keep yours red. I did it dark so you can see it on the screen. Okay, but here I am, I'm just dabbing, and do you see how I'm dabbing to a point? Okay. I'm dabbing my brush to a point. So it's thicker on the edges, and as I come out, I let it come to a point, right? Just red right now. You'll add the dark later. Yep. Okay. I added dark right now so you can see it. Okay. But I don't want all that dark down here. Then we'll just have a big black mess. Okay. I'm just doing the dark and the red for you to see. Okay. Start kind of small in the corners. Start dabbing and come to a point. Now we don't want a big box, right? So we want to bring those lines in longer and then shorter, different lengths. Okay? Different lengths as we come around. Oh, here we go. You're not going to see it really well right now, but it will act as a guide when you start adding that black. Okay? Now I'm going to put red back on my brush because I don't want that much dark on my background. But hopefully you can see it now as I come down. Okay, so I'm going to start bringing in those swirls. Okay, we're just filling it in. Now once you get warmed up, you'll see how this will make a difference once we get down here in the orange and the yellow. So this will get you warmed up with that dabbing. Okay. I'm going to come pretty close with my red to my monster here. Pretty close. Because it doesn't matter a whole lot. You'll still see him pretty well through that red, right? Okay. Let's just start swirling around him. I like it real dark here, up close. Just have some fun with it. See where your brush takes you. Okay, let's do it. Now as I start coming down, you'll start seeing it more here. Okay. Now I'm not using the very, very tip until I get to the edge of my cloud. And these aren't really clouds. This is more like smoke, okay? So don't worry too much. You're not making cloud shapes so much as you are swirls, right? Coming around him, almost like a smoky, swirly look. Okay. Filling all this in. Keeps. Just envision yourself painting that swirly smoke going around him. Okay. And as I come down, my swirls are going to start pointing down at an angle. See that? So I'm going to start to point down at an angle now. Now, if you start to lose that yellow completely, don't panic. You can put it back in later, all right? Yep, this is all learn as you go. You're just experimenting with this to see what happens. Just gonna have some fun with it. And if you paint inside your sign a little bit, it's all right. We're coming back to it, remember? So it's okay. All right. I'm going to come up in front of my monster here in the sky. I'm coming up in front of him a little bit. Just so he fades into my red, right? Want him to fade out a little bit there. So I'm coming right up in front of him, adding some red, going right over the legs a little bit so they fade in those corners. Make sure I add enough red there. But lay your brush flat as you do this, except for those ends. Then you can point. Your black is going to go right on top of your red. So this is creating a pattern for you so that when you come in with your black, you're just going to dab it right over the top of your red there in a little bit. Okay. It's going to be this smoky look. There's no right or wrong way. Just have fun with it. Looks cool, guys. Yeah, you can't do it wrong. You just have this swirl happening in the sky, okay? We're going to be bringing in some lightning and some of that dark into the sky. Lots more happening. You can even add more red later. You know, we just don't want to lose too much of the yellow all at once. So sometimes it's better to start with less and add it later. Cool, cool. Perfect. Looks awesome. Just have fun with it. Just add those swirls. Put it around. Yeah. Looks good. That's good. Do you like it? Do you like it? Good. Yep, just dab it in there. It's just this smoky, swirly look. Everyone's will be a little different. The idea is to feel the sides and draw a lot of attention to the center of our canvas, okay? So you're putting most of the red on the sides of your canvas, and then you're bringing it in closer and smaller. Try and point down. It helps your swirls look like they're getting further away. See that? There you go. Yep. Okay, and then we're going to cover these corners where those legs are to make it look like they're disappearing back there. Perfect. Yep, just like that. Good work. We're going to go right into the head next. So don't rinse your brush. Okay. And if you need that head chalked back in, Miss Autumn is prepared and ready. Because I know some of you may have lost your head shape. Okay. She can come chalk it in for you. Just raise your hand so she can see ya. And she'll come around and help you chalk it back in. Okay. You don't want to lose that part, huh? Yeah, or you can paint it in yourself. See how it's this tear-shaped head right here? Just want to make sure you can see that. We're going to put some red over the top of it. Good work, guys. Looks awesome. And we're going to use Phil to do it, okay? Now I want you to put red on him and then wipe him off a little bit so it's not too thick. Okay, so I have red on Phil here and I'm just going to wipe him off a little bit so he doesn't have too much paint on there. Okay, because this is more of a dry brush. So all I'm going to do now is brush in some red. I'm going to start at the base. Do you see how it adds some light to the top of him? So I'm starting here at the base with that red, and when I brush over it, you can see how that dark shade still shows up behind, but now that red is really helping that pop a little bit. And I'm going to brush up. You can paint the whole thing red if you want, but I'm trying not to put too much red on there. I don't want to paint the whole thing red. I'm just brushing in a little bit, right? So I'm just going to brush a little bit of red in there, and then you can really see that shape show up. And his body fades to the back. And you have to decide how much you want to cover, right? I'm even going to brush some over the legs and arms here. Just a little bit to help him fade into the sky. But I'm letting some of the darker shades still show through. Okay. Just a little bit. It helps him kind of fade into the sky. Just dry brush some red. Lightly dust in some red over the top. All right. But I'm letting that dark show, especially on the head. I'm not completely covering. All right, we just have the black. The black to do. Good work. Nice. Work. Brush in some red. That's perfect. Just like that. Just lightly brush it in. So put the red over the top of the head with fill. Okay? So don't rinse your brush. Just keep that red on there. And you're going to dust that red right over the head unless you want to keep that head really dark. If you want to keep it dark, don't put the red in. Okay? I wanted to draw attention to the separation, so I added red to the top of it. And that's totally up to you. Okay, we're gonna let this dry a second, and we're gonna put our horizon in with black, and our clouds, and our people. Right? So rinse your brush off. Some of you have already started. It's perfect. Okay, you ready? Mila, how we doing? You ready? You ready? Did you get the red in there? You guys got all the red in? You ready for black? Okay, make sure. Okay, yes ma'am. Okay, use fill. Make sure he's clean. Okay, make sure he's clean. Okay, perfect. Let's put some black on him now. Okay, now that you have all your red in, this red is going to act as a guide for you with the sky. Okay, and I like to start by brushing the black off my brush on the corner of my plate like this because I don't want it clumpy. Otherwise, it takes over on me. Okay, all right, so when you're doing the black now, the idea is to tap your smoke in like this. Okay, and you're going to follow the top of the red. So as I come down, I'm just kind of staying on the top of the red I already did. Do you see that? Okay, so nope, just kind of on the ones that show up in this yellow. Okay, I don't want my black to take over, so I'm going to take it nice and easy here. I'm just going to go along the top so that red really shows up, right? I don't want to lose all my yellow and my color here. Okay. So start with a little bit. You can always add more. I'm going to go right along here and just follow my red. You can decide how much red you want to show. You could take over and really put a ton in there, or you can go nice and easy. But the outside edges are the darkest. I come over on the other side and show you. So I'm just tapping. Really try and tap. Don't brush. Now this time I'm using the very tip of Filbert more than I am the flat part of him. There we go. Now I have a lot more yellow showing on this one than I did my original. I may go in and put more red in, but I like to start with less because it's easier to put red in than to take it off. So if you see spots that you think need more red, you can always go back. But start small. Right? Now right here in front of him, I'm just going to do some little clouds coming across here to break it up. Make it look like it's really smoky right there. You'll see it just takes a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. You can come back later, add more red, add more black. Let's have it swirl around. Yep, try not to give yourself too much of a pattern, right? You want to see it broken up. Some long, some short. I like to put my, what's it called? My horizon here before I add any more red or yellow. I want to see how much of it covers and what it looks like first before I do that. So before I add more color to this, I'm going to go ahead and add that. You'll probably be happier if you do that. So then you can go back and make adjustments if needed. Let it be. You'll be surprised. You can come back and add more red later if you need to. So you'll hear a lot of tapping happening. Add some more orange. Good work, guys. Good work. This look awesome. Yeah, just tap it in. You're just doing like smoky look happening, right? Swirling around. So our horizon is going to be black. Okay? So when you're done, you're going to go straight to black and fill that in. And you should have yours already outlined. I don't on mine. So I'm just going to add it in here. You can fill it in however you want. If you want to do it different from mine, you can. But the idea is to not have a certain pattern or anything. Kind of be loose with your brush. Okay, and I'm just doing it black. Okay, and you can create it however you want to. If you want it different from mine. But we're just going to paint it black on there. You can switch brushes or you can use fill, but I'm using a small flat to do this. It's a little easier for me. But now you can see how your sky gets tucked behind it. I'm going to try really hard to give myself a straight horizon line, as straight as I can. Let's go straight across. And you can wrap the sides now and put black all the way around if you need to. Put that black around your sides. That's awesome. How we doing? Having fun? You're doing awesome. Good work. So once you're done with this, you can put the black now around if you want to, okay? Good job, guy. Oh, I like that. Change him from scary to happy, huh? Perfect. Okay, to do our final touches, we need to use our detail brush. So make sure you have this background in. We're going to let it dry for a minute so we can do our lightning and everything. But we're going to switch to our detail brush. Okay. Huh, smooth what out? Mm-mm. You can smooth it out. What do you mean smooth it out? At the top? You can put red back in once it's dry. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Like this part here? Yeah, you can put red over it when it's dry. You got to let this dry though. Otherwise it turns gray or like brown and it won't pop for you. All right, let's grab our detail brush. Yeah. I'm going to add water to my black, okay? Let your sky dry a minute. We'll go back to it in a minute. Okay? And let's put some black on our detail brush. It's super important to add water to your black. That is so important, okay? Add water and thin it out. Right? And we're going to first outline, okay? And then we fill it in. So here we go. Let's use our detail brush. Okay, and this is what I mean by outline. I like to go around my edges first. If you have enough water on your brush, it'll feel more like a marker. When you're going around, you can go a long ways without dipping into paint again. Okay, see how far I'm going? But use your detail brush to outline first. That will make it really easy when it's time to fill it in. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the cap now too. You can kind of give him some wavy curls, right, as you're coming around. Dustin has some curls happening. So as I'm coming around each side, I kind of let my brush give him those curls. And you don't need to have perfectly straight sleeves or arms. They're kind of curving a little bit. Because it's clothing, right? Go over here. We're going to come back to the sky. We got to do lightning, and then we'll put a little bit of that red to soften the black and make it look a little more smoky. So don't worry too much about it. We're going to let it be and come back to it. I hear all things, guys. You don't even know. I do miss you. We'll add any touches that anyone wants to add. There's little things you can do to soften it, but we just have to get the main things on. You can see their backpack silhouette coming around. We're just curving their sleeves a little bit. Okay, so this is how my painting looks once I've outlined everything, right? And you can now take your detail brush, make sure you fill in the handlebars and those wheels before you move on, because those are too little to paint with our flat brush. But once those are done, you can take your flat brush and fill in the rest. And it'll go pretty quick for you once you have it all outlined. Still go slow though. You don't want to accidentally mess up all your hard work. Fill all that in. Yeah, don't go as fast as me. I've done it before, okay? I'm just filling it in. You haven't done it before. Take your time so you don't mess up anything you worked so hard on. Paint the bottom too. If you're wrapping, you'll want to remember to go around. Make sure you get the bottom part. Fill in any little white spots. If you need help, let Miss Autumn know. Just black. Looks good, guys. Good outlining. Takes a hot minute, huh? Getting all that outlining. But you're almost there. Almost there. Just doing our finish up work here. How we doing, Autumn? We good? Okay. When you're done, add the pole to your sign too, okay? Now you can do it black or you can do it gray, a dark gray. Okay? But just remember, if you're making gray, it's just a little bit of white and black together. Mine's pretty dark though. Okay, but you're just going to go right down the middle of your sign to the corner of your road. So you just start at the middle, brush down. Just give your sign a pull, otherwise it's just floating, right? Yeah, we don't want it to be floating. That's true. Could be. Don't worry about where it ends. You're going to put some grass and stuff there. We're just going to go straight down. Smeared it. Make sure your Hopkins sign is all painted. Hopkins? Hawkins. What am I saying? Not Hopkins. Hawkins. Hopkins. Hopkins, I know. It all works. But it's Hawkins, guys. Just make sure it's all painted so we can do our finish up work. Sure it's the color you want. Did you get your thing on? What do you mean? Do you want it to match your pole or not match your pole? That's what you have to decide. Yeah. So you could do the black pole, or you could do it the gray is your sign, or you could do a darker sign. Huh? Home. Probably watching a show. You should. You should call her, man. You should. All right. The grass is one of my favorite things, though. But you got to get that pole on before you do it. Okay. You're going to use your detail brush with black. Huh? I don't know. It's not Friday. It feels like it should be, though, huh? So to do our grass, though, you're just going to use your detail brush, and you're going to fill in this corner by just pulling up from the bottom. And see how I just flick? This is just black. Yeah. I'm just using black. And then I'll put like white highlights in it. But I'm just going to flick up and let that grass fill my space. See that? Huh? This is black. You could do it green if you want. I'm going to add some highlights to it, though, in a minute. Grass? Oh, for the painting? You have a collection. You have a collection of paintings. I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm just pulling up on this corner and filling in that space. See that? With the grass. Just fills that corner. Wraps everything together. See that? And then I'm going to dust a little bit of that dark along the edge of my road. See that? But what I do is I put a little bit of black on there and then drag it with my finger so it's not too thick. I just want to give a little bit of an outline without it being too thick. This is optional. You don't have to put that in there. But see how that little bit of dark just kind of fades? Just a little bit. Right? Ooh, we get to do our highlighting and lightening now. You guys? Then you're going to sign it. Has anyone ever done lightning before? No? It's kind of fun. Okay, so we're going to do our lightning, and then you'll add some red to soften your black if you want to and help your lightning fade. Okay, but first, to warm up, just rinse your brush, your detail brush, real good. And let's put some white on it. Okay, put some white on there. And I'm just going to go around my Hawkins sign. Hawkins, my gosh. Okay, I can't talk. Okay, so I'm going to go around the edge with the white. See this? You can float this too, guys, for all my floaters out there. But I'm going to outline my sign. Whoop. Okay. If you want to float it, use a small flat for this. Okay. And put a little bit of white on the corner of your brush like this. Just a little bit, right? Don't want too much. And you can just float your edges that way. Some of you are floaters and you prefer it, right? Like me, I like floating. A little easier for me. So I'll do the edges that way. Okay, now let's highlight our pole here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of light right here. Highlight that pole. Brush it out with my finger. And this is what I meant when I said I just highlight my grass a little bit. See that? Just putting a little bit of white in my grass. Helps some of it stand out. Okay. Just a little bit of white, Mila. You're just doing some highlighting. Just put a little bit of white in it. Just like that. And then you can float or highlight the top of their heads to show off their hats. See? Just like that. If you can see their backpacks, it's kind of fun sometimes to just kind of highlight where their backpacks are a little bit. You can see it right here. Only if you want to. You have to be able to kind of see them. See that? Got one there. A little bit there. So you could add those if you want. Okay, I think you guys are ready for lightning. Are you ready for lightning? No? Not yet. Well, now that you did the outlining and everything, the lightning will be easy. Another thing I like to do is I like to add some light right here on the very back of my road. I just dust in some light white right there, make it look like it fades off into the distance. See that? Make it look like it goes further back. Okay, you need some clean white for this lightning. And put it on your detail brush. Now we're going to put our lightning on, and then you can take red and dab it in to lighten it up if you want to. But here's the thing with our lightning. We kind of want to make it look like it's coming from behind him and in front. Okay, so to do that, we're going to start up top. And you're just going to do some zigzaggy lines. Like this, zigzagging. And see how I stopped by his leg? Use your detail brush. Okay, I'm going to stop by his leg so it looks like it's coming from behind, right? And then I'm going to start on the bottom part so it looks like it's coming out from behind him, right? Okay, and I'll do the same. I'll stop there by the bottom leg. And we're going to come out here and break off a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to stop, and that way it looks like it's just kind of from behind that leg, right? We're going to add yellow to it and red in a minute. It starts white. Okay, I'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to add another one. You can put as much as you want on here. Have some fun with it. But I'm going to put another one here. Looks like it's behind him, right? Super cool. Let's do some more. And then you can also make it look like it's going behind the clouds. So you can have some coming in front of the clouds. And then some going behind the clouds. You can't have too much lightning. Not with him. Yeah, not with him. It can be crazy. Okay. And we're going to come down. Let's see. I think I want another one popping out on the other side of these clouds. Psh. Just a little one maybe. Popping out the other side of this one. So you can have them in front or you can have them behind. This one's going to be totally in front. I just had fun with this one. So I'm going to go zigzagging all the way down the front of him. See that? So see, you don't always have to go behind. You can always do different ones. They can be different. This one's going to go right in front. Then you can switch it up and do one coming from behind on the other side. Just like that. Totally up to you. You can look at your picture and kind of decide what you want. And then this one, I'm going to have it just veer off here. Go a little crazy. It's going to come over this way. See that? A lot of people will what? Die? Yeah, that's true. Let's see. I got another one over here, huh? So it kind of veers off. It's going to go a little crazy over here. Going to fade behind that cloud and pop out underneath. Just like that. And then we'll have one more over here. Oh man, I could just keep going here. We could just keep adding more and more. I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, so right now it's all white. Once you do that, you can put some yellow on your brush if you want any of them to fade a little bit. So see, once I do that, I put some yellow on my brush. I'm going to paint over some of the white with yellow, and you can see how it just fades it. Make it look like it's closer or further away. And I didn't do all of them, just a few. Yeah, you could add yellow or even red over the top of them. Anything you want to kind of fade out. But if you do white first, it really pops. So it'll stand out A little more. Well, let's see. I think I'm going to do that one. But keep some of them white. You want some of them to really be out there, right? Really stand out. All right, guys. Anybody gonna write welcome to Hawkins? Did you do it? Nice. All right, at this point, this is where you got to decide if you want to soften any of your clouds, okay? You could soften them if you want, or you could call it good. I'm going to put a little red over the top of my horizon line. Oh, go get some, man. Do you need some? You want to do some more? Yeah, go get it. Yeah, you could do some there. See how it kind of pops. Yep, so right here, this is where you get to look at it and decide what you want to add to it. So one fun thing to do is to put a little bit of red on your brush. And if you want to soften up these clouds, you just tap in some red. And you can see it kind of fades the black a little bit. I know some of you are thinking, oh, it's too dark. Well, that's how I got it slightly lighter. I just took some red. You can go right over the top and it fades it out. Or if you just like it the way it is and you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But if you love it, go ahead and take your detail brush and sign your name. Yes, I know Mila's done. Do you love it, Mila? See? So did you do the red along your horizon? Do a little bit of red, then I'll tell you. All right. Okay, just put some red on, no black. Nope, I just did straight red, yeah. Now when you go over the black, what it does is you'll see the black through the red, and you can soften any of it if you want it to fade a little bit more into your red. Does that make sense? So just tap it a little bit. Yep. See how it fades it a little bit so it's not so dark? You can do the same with the yellow, okay, bud? So if you want more yellow to show, just put some yellow on your brush, tap next to the black, and your yellow will show a little more. Is that fading it a little bit? You see that? Yep, it is. It softens it right up. Perfect. All right, guys, if you are done, make sure you sign your name. Thanks for painting with me. If you want to write the welcome to Hawkins, I can't talk. Hawkins. Just use your detail brush. Make sure you put some white on it. Okay. And all I did was I used this detail brush and I just painted it in real careful, like there's no fancy way to do it. It's just all caps with the welcome. That much I do know. I know, it's so hard. The trick is to put enough water in your white so it goes smooth for you. Thinning it out or fading it out. Is that what it is? Yeah. Mila, you already wrote Welcome to Hawkins? I'm impressed. Good work. Awesome. See if I can fit it all on there. Mila, did you fit it all on there? Wow. What? I'm gonna have to see this. I don't know how you got it all on there. It's impressive. Oh. Are you done? Good work. Me? I should. I should. Trying to decide how much I want to fade my clouds. Or my smoke. It's not really clouds. It's smoky. If I want to keep playing with them or leave them alone. Hard to know, guys. When to stop. I better stop. You know, I could just keep stamping away all night. You just keep playing with it until you like the results. Brush a little orange in that green if you want to. Man, you can just keep playing with it. Good work, guys. This was a big piece. A lot to paint. If you'll be able to what? Right? After doing this. After all the stamping. Huh? Uh-huh. I was painting. It took it all out of me, man. Took it all out. And they might accept it, right? Will they accept that as an excuse? Maybe. All right, sign your name, y'all. Give yourselves a high five. You did so awesome. Hmm? Oh, the color? Isn't that funny? It's true. A little bit. Jeez, Mila. Just a little. How's it going, guys, huh? So far, so good? Wow. You're writing. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was loud. Don't know what that was. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. Do you want to paint the top? I noticed you did all your sides with that. You want to paint it black or red? You're almost there.